Where's that smell coming from?
Huh?
Oh, that's not good at all.
For weeks, neighbors and family members had lost contact with 69-year-old Cynthia Berenzon. But right now, officers have just discovered her body inside her own home. And as they break the news to her family,
she was found in the shower. What's suspicious to me is the way she was found. So we don't know if she was cleaning and that happened to her.
Investigators will spend hundreds of hours investigating Cynthia's murder, only to find out the killer was much closer to home than they ever thought.
Your mom's deceased.
Yeah. What do you mean?
Your mom's deceased.
And very soon, Dylan will be tricked into a confession, revealing horrifying secrets and the reason behind Cynthia's murder.
I just went in the room, I looked at her, I gave her a big old hug, and I'm not a bad person. I'm not a bad person. In my heart, I really felt like I was doing this right.
On November 21st, 2022, police in Las Cruces, New Mexico responded to a home to conduct a welfare check. 69-year-old Cynthia Berenzon hadn't been seen in weeks. And not only that, but there had been more troubling signs that things were very, very wrong. Her car was discovered in Chula Vista, California, right along the border into Mexico. Inside were her 4 dogs, dogs who she loved and never would have abandoned. The following footage was provided to us by the Las Cruces Police Department, who, as they arrive for the welfare check, have just received yet another troubling piece of the puzzle, a call from Cynthia's bank.
And the weird thing is, too, I heard from the bank, her bank, right here. They called too and they said, well, you know what? Her account's drained.
Drained?
Yeah, her account, everything's gone. And the only thing I can tell you is that it was being pulled out ATM at Walmart's, and everything that was pulled out at the ATM, it looked like it was just a villain. They pulled it out. I know about Mendoza said they did the same thing, and this is all they could see. Because I remember at Mendoza's report, he said, I could just see that the lamp in the living room was on. I couldn't see anything else in disarray. I could kind of hear like if there was like a television on or something. So everything was locked up.
But they never made it inside last time?
No, they said that they checked, everything was locked. Windows.
So they just found her car abandoned with her dogs in there.
Mm-hmm.
In San Diego.
I guess that younger, or that son Corey was calling me L2 this morning. And then when the bank called me, I called L2 like, hey, this is what I have. And he's like, we'll try to get more. I'll call CID. And then when I saw this, I'm like, oh snap, so we got the key, so.
So we try to do a walk around before we
Police
go in.
department!
Police obtain a key from a neighbor and crack open the door. Instantly, they're flooded with the smell of bleach, which is never a good sign, as you can tell by the detective's face.
Police department!
Oh no.
Police department! Anybody inside, can you come out with your hands up and empty, please?
Hold here. Oh man, it's just. Well, that's weird. Sounds like a TV on.
Yeah, just a note, we didn't add the creepy music in. That's courtesy of the television, which has been playing to an empty house for several weeks at this point.
Police department! Why is it so creepy? Why are the doors locked, bro? Sorry, I got one over here. Cabinet's all empty.
Pantry's empty.
After searching the majority of the house, detectives return to the one room that they're unable to enter, a room that is locked. And what waits beyond the door? Well, it's clear that they have their suspicions at this point.
Seems like. I got it.
Huh?
Got it open.
Oh shit. It's on the left.
And I asked the question to Ray in the meeting, and once again, he didn't answer. I said, are you purchasing lists of Americans that are anonymous and then using technology to penetrate the veils of anonymity?
Yes, sir.
Huh?
He's just
Oh, that's I got it all. Oh. Well, that's code 24.
Yes, it is.
Code 24 in Donna Ana County means suspicious person, scene, or activity. Inside the shower, police have discovered Cynthia, deceased and severely decayed. The detective's sentiment is that the scene is Code 24, as a fox couldn't be more accurate. They're left with two possibilities: that she was put in the shower, fully clothed, or that she succumbed to a heart attack or something similar while cleaning inside of it. However, after they break the devastating news to Cynthia's siblings and one of her sons, Corey, it becomes apparent in the following conversation that they have big questions, all surrounding her son, Dylan, who she had a tumultuous relationship with and who was seen at her house before her death.
So I'm Sandy. Detective Sandy Castillo.
I'm David Castillo, her brother.
Mike Castillo, brother.
And of course.
Okay, I'm sorry for your loss. I am the head detective on the case. My partner is still coming back from Albuquerque. He did give me a call. He let me know that there's nothing suspicious. So they're saying that she did have a lot of heart issues that they could see in the autopsy. So that's what they're thinking.
Natural causes.
Natural causes. What's suspicious to me is the way she was found. So either way, we're still looking for Dylan. She was found in the shower. She was fully dressed. So we don't know if she was cleaning and that happened to her. Yeah, no reports. He could have called us, told us what happened. House is empty.
The house was empty?
There's no blankets, no cleaning products, no food. So, again, very suspicious. You know, that's why we looked at it as a possible murder, because we didn't know what we had. We were out there for forever. You know, probably got home around 2 a.m. So now what I did this morning is I got a subpoena for her bank records. We can look at the bank records, how much is missing, when those transactions were made.
Okay.
So that's gonna take a while, because I'm asking for 6 months back, so we can look at a pattern and who's taking our money.
Do you know how long she may have been gone? Did the autopsy show when she may have passed? You know, time.
So because of her decomposition, like I said, she was found in the shower and the shower was leaking water. So that kind of threw us off on a time of death. But we're estimating the 14th.
And you're still waiting for anything more from the autopsy?
Not on the autopsy. I did collect some bugs that might be able to tell us a little bit more of the time of death. That's also going to take some time. So it's
And you
basically
also-
a waiting game right now with the
So
records.
if when she passed away, if she passed away right away, you know, like, you know.
We don't know.
You would-
I mean, we have to wait. So with the autopsy right now, it tells us they kind of give us like a summary. And so in a few weeks, I'm hoping I'll get the full report. And then that's when all the details will come in. But as far as suspicious, there's nothing right now that indicates foul play.
So Dylan is being treated as a what?
Person of interest.
Person of
Just
interest, suspect?
So right now I'm looking at it as a financial crime for that. But also, why was he there?
Yeah, he was certainly know everything.
You know, and we need to talk to him basically and see what his story is. But the records take time.
Right.
So
Yeah, you just said weeks before you get some stuff back, that's
Yeah.
how long it takes.
and so we'll see when the bank also forwards me everything. Like I said, it's 6 months of stuff that I'm asking for, so it's gonna take a while.
We didn't even know, we didn't know that Dylan was out of jail. We were not told. We know that at some point she had a protective order.
She does have it active.
Yeah.
The issue is that she will let him back in.
Yeah, exactly, and that's probably why she never told us, because we would have balked, you know, because of what happened.
Right.
Cynthia and Dylan's relationship was far from healthy, and that, combined with how the house was left behind, very clearly has her family on edge.
I mean, isn't that, it's extremely strange.
It is.
Like,
That's why we treated
take,
it
why take things?
the way we did.
Why take stuff, like, is there other previous cases where you, why would you take all the things?
My theory is that he didn't want her found right away, so that he had time. Food in the refrigerator would smell, and the reason he took the dogs is because they'd be barking. That's just, well, yeah, lots of times don't make sense to me, but I don't.
Yeah, I know what you're saying.
Him taking the dogs and ditching them, he knew that he didn't want her found. Is what like, why take the dogs?
Yeah, that's just so that you're saying the autopsy shows natural causes, but natural causes, house clean, he's gone. Dog
And
over
she's
there.
dressed in the shower.
Yeah. Well, so what I'm thinking is she was cleaning or something. I mean, there's a couple theories. She was cleaning, she had a stroke. He found her, he's out. He didn't advise anybody, he just cleaned everything, so there's no trace of him. Another theory is they got into a fight, which caused the stroke. And he took off. But
Is
we
it
don't,
possible that he would have put her in the shower?
no, because there's no bruising, no, you know what I mean? Nothing that indicates she was grabbed, she was forced.
She
No,
had been pushed.
no head trauma.
That's what I'm saying, maybe she was dead already and he put her in there.
That's what I'm saying, yeah. Like he either moved her and put her in there, or she was cleaning and it happened, he found her. And we could go, we could what if it a
Yeah,
lot,
what you want, exactly.
but it's just strange all around that why wouldn't he just report it once he's gone? So there's a lot of questions that we have.
Questions that unfortunately took detectives quite some time to find the answers to, because Dylan was missing, and initially they believed that he was hiding out in Tijuana, Mexico. And Dylan was in Mexico, just not the old one. Police discovered him in Las Cruces, and fortunately, due to several outstanding warrants for crimes unrelated to his mother's death, they were able to bring him in for questioning.
Have a seat, Dylan. Okay, you'll be fine, right?
Yeah, thank you. Oh,
All right, Dylan. So I'm Detective Melinda. This is Detective Money.
what's up, guys? Chilling.
So we want to come talk to you. We're investigating some stuff, but we want to just kind of get some basics from you.
All
I
right.
know you got picked up the other day here, right?
Mhm.
I think it was trafficking or something like that.
Yes, sir.
Okay. So obviously, since you're in custody, we're not related to anything of that, but obviously because you're in custody, we're gonna provide some Miranda warnings, make sure you understand those.
Okay.
Dylan is acting more like he's out for coffee with a buddy than he is being interrogated. Don't worry, it doesn't take long for that to change. But there may be a reason for his lax demeanor. After all, this isn't Dylan's first rodeo. Since 2015, he's racked up several charges for possession of controlled substances, DWIs, trafficking substances, and domestic battery. Detectives read him his rights. After all those arrests, you'd think he'd be smart enough to ask for a lawyer. But, well, look at that dumb smile.
You want to talk to us once we get into everything about what we're here for?
Sure.
Okay. Let's just confirm your date of birth. Where are you currently staying?
I'm homeless, actually. I was actually in the process of actually getting an apartment this Monday.
Oh crap, where at?
Either off of Fleming, Missouri, or I was looking at the apartments off Telshore.
Okay, nothing specific.
Nah,
Just down the
it was all up in the air.
Before, how long have you been homeless?
I'd say like about 5 months.
5 months. Prior to that, where were you living?
I was staying with my friend.
Okay, and who was that?
I don't really have to give a name.
Okay. In the city or in the county?
And what's really just Donian is like more out, right?
That's county, yeah.
Okay, yeah, then in the city.
Okay. And prior to that, where were you staying?
Let's see, with my friend Cassie.
Cassie. Okay. And prior to that?
Pretty much kind of between her and Tom.
That's the grimace of someone who's just realized they only lasted 24 seconds refusing to give police the name of their friend.
In regards to anything else going on, you got picked up on this warrant, right?
Mm-hmm.
And then I guess you had a DWI that you absconded from a while back.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. At what point, when was the last time you lived with your mom?
Shit. Let's say I last talked to her probably about like October, September-ish.
It was the last time you talked to her?
Yeah.
Okay.
I stayed with her for like a week or so. That's about it.
Okay. October, September? And how did that go? I know you guys had
Yeah,
a tumultuous past. And
yeah, it was kind of always a conundrum with us. We've tried this and that. I haven't actually gone to talk to her at all. I tried to call her, but I don't know. Like, and then being on the streets, I don't know, just like, it just got out of hand. I don't know how else to say it.
so the last time, and that's on that Calle Estrellas.
Yeah.
Right? The last time you talked to her was in October, September?
Yeah, maybe like about, maybe September 12th or something.
September 12th? Why does September 12th stick out?
I don't know, just giving like a date in general.
September 12th-ish? Okay. And what caused you to leave?
Just us not having like, you know how to say, good morals anymore. We always were getting on each other's cases, just being around each other too much.
Good vibes together.
Yeah, and then finally, like, even when I saw her, said, "Do you think I could probably stay here?" She's like, "I don't think it's a good idea," and I was just like, "All right."
Okay. What was the kind of the background of that? When you're gonna be not getting along?
Basically, just my history of being a drug addict on the streets and this and that. You know, she gave me multiple times to try and this and that, and I always failed. And you know, so just had to learn to live with it.
Okay. What was it like the last time you talked to her?
It was alright, you know, we had to talk for a minute and stuff, and I don't know, I could just feel that it wasn't really yet that time to like move back in and shit.
Okay. Outside of that, did you guys have any other dealings, phone calls,
Can't really say.
like supplement stuff? Did she send you money?
Oh no. The only other time she actually really helped me out was I was last locked up. Was it 2020? She put $100 bail on me, and then I continued with court, and then I turned myself in to do those 3 months, and then we tried to reconcile. Then I stayed for like 3 days, but within those 3 days, it just showed like no way.
Yeah, it didn't work. Okay. But as far as that from September on, she didn't funnel you money, didn't give you anything, any help out or anything like that?
No, sir.
Okay, so how would you get stuff? How would you pay for stuff?
Well, I actually get SSI.
Uh-huh.
Because I'm disabled from cancer.
Okay.
I had what you call Ewing sarcoma / bone marrow cancer. So I had tumors on my pelvis and my hip. So I had my right pelvis and had my hip removed.
Okay.
Yeah, so even though I've been homeless, I've been able to, you know, pay for like say a hotel here and there, and this saves what I need.
And that's directly to you, right?
Directly to me.
Okay, is that like through a card? Or
Yeah, I get it on my Citizens Bank.
Okay, and it's your account?
My account.
Okay, is she on that account at all?
No.
Okay. So, in regards to like, you know, having any additional contact, or you haven't had any contact?
No, sir.
Okay.
Cynthia did help out Dylan, much more than he's conveying here, despite literally everyone's insistent that she shouldn't. According to those close to Cynthia and Dylan, Dylan would frequently use his cancer to garner sympathy and money from his mother, in spite of his cruelty and violence against her. Cruelty and violence that you will hear him continuously deny over and over. But court records don't lie, even if Dylan is desperate to.
Have you made any trips, like in the last year, out of state, out of country, or anything like that?
No.
Nothing like that. Okay. Have you ever had access to your mother's cars?
No.
No. Okay. So this is where it's going to get important when we talk about things about basically your last contact with your mom.
Okay.
Okay. Your mom's deceased.
What?
Yeah.
What do you mean?
Your mom's deceased.
You're bullshitting.
No. So
How could she be deceased?
your mom was found November 21st of last year at her house, deceased.
How the hell am I just hearing about this now?
I don't know if you're just hearing about it now. That's what we're here to talk to you about. You've been gone in the wind for the last 8 months, okay? So the reason why we're asking you questions and we come here and we ask you specific things is because we're trying to lay out a timeline, okay? And find out what's going on. And I already know you've told me a couple untruths. I'm not gonna call them lies yet, but you've already told me some untruths. So it's important that we sit down and we talk and figure out what's going on, what happened, did anything happen, did you walk into something? Excuse my language, but shit needs to be put on the table today. Okay? Because right now, I've got a couple holes already from what you just told me in the 5 minutes I've been here. So, compose yourself and let's talk. Because you know I didn't just come in here out of the blue, right?
Yeah.
So I need you to be straight with me as much as you can. Good, bad, indifferent, whatever it may be, today's the date.
Alright, here's the real scoop. I wind up meeting this transgender online and everything. And me and my mom, we went to go get her and stuff. And we get there, I was living with mom for like last year and stuff. And whenever we were out doing our business and everything, we came back and found her deceased. And I knew I had warrants at the time, so I didn't actually call anybody. I didn't know what to do. And I first thought about fleeing the country, but then I just didn't know what to do.
Okay. So
Because I had a key and everything, and I opened the door, and I'm like knocking on my mom's door, like, Mom, hey, I'm here. Finally, I open it and everything, and I see her and everything, and I'm just like, Mom. I don't know, maybe it was maybe 3 days, because she was already like puffy and shit. So that's pretty much the reality of it. I found her deceased, and I didn't know what to do.
okay. So tell me what you did do. I understand not knowing what you didn't know what to do, but what did you do? Like, there's specifics and details that we know.
Yeah, like the house was clean and stuff.
Okay, what else?
That's pretty much really it. I was just so scared because I didn't want to get arrested and this and that, and that's pretty much really it.
What do you mean by the house was clean?
Like I wiped down the counters in case I had fingerprints and everything, because I didn't want it to leak to me like as if I murdered her or something, That's honestly as much as I can really say.
What else?
And so I thought about what I did was I packed my car and everything to go to Tijuana, and I was staying with the transgender, I had her staying with me, and I was like, alright, we'll just flee the country and all this. And once we got to the border, she said she needed to do something, and I was like, alright, because we were going to take care of the dogs and everything like that. So I wound up being in a hotel in Tijuana for about a week or so, and then something happened with her and the dogs, and then I had no money, I didn't know what to do, so I came back in the States, and then I wound up going to the hospital. I was very dehydrated from potassium and such. And that's really just the real whole scoop.
That is a scoop of something, a big heaping scoop of BS. It wasn't just the counters that were wiped down. The home had been thoroughly bleached, including the shower, floors, and the kitchen. All the food was taken out of the cabinets, and oddly, the silverware was stolen. After, in his version of events, he cleaned the house. Dylan fled to San Diego, where he abandoned his mother's car with her dogs inside it, and then fled across the border to Tijuana. But he didn't stay there sipping margaritas with his transgender lover.
We're gonna kind of jump back and forth in places on that. So when you end up down in Tijuana, you and you said the dogs?
Yeah, she had some shelties and everything, and so like I said, whenever I got in the house and everything, there was like shit everywhere and this and that, you know, because like I said, I cleaned up and everything, make everything look nice and this and that. I said I was just so freaked out, I didn't know what to do. I just didn't know what to do.
Okay. So you end up this transgender. What was?
She goes by Bianca. I don't know her actual real name.
So you guys end up over there. You load up the car. You end up down in Tijuana.
Yeah.
Well, yeah. Actually, you guys cross.
Yeah. Well, I crossed over. She said she needed to do something to make sure like her food stamps and everything was still able. She was supposed to come back the next day. Then she wound up lagging.
She kept the dogs, right?
Yeah, she wound up lagging, and then all of a sudden, I hear that she gets arrested or something, and then the dogs, I guess, were gone. And that's when I started like, I didn't know what to do. So then I just crossed back over, and yeah, this is just something I've been, it's just bound to happen.
Yeah. So loading up the car. Describe what you loaded.
Oh, just like, you know, necessities, shower gel, clothes, pretty much that, dog food and this and that. Cause like, yeah, like I said, we were gonna go to Tijuana, and I was like, cause like I said, I was like, I got warrants and this and that. I was like, what do I do? I was like, do I just own it up like a man, say I found her, own it up like a man? What do I do? So yeah, I just was freaked out. And
So when you say necessities and stuff like that, describe we were there, so we've seen everything. So describe the kitchen to me.
the what?
Kitchen.
It was
Fridge, cabinets.
yeah, it's cleaned out and everything. Just emptied out all the food and this and that.
What?
I don't know, just I didn't think of it wanted to spoil. I don't know, just
You loaded it all into the car.
not all of it, just some of it, you know, to take on the trip. The other stuff that would just been left around, just threw it away.
Into the trash can. There at the house.
Oh no, like about like one of the dumpsters around Pickwick and shit.
Okay. What about furniture,
Oh, no.
blankets, rugs,
No.
anything like that? Nothing with the living room rug?
Oh, like I said, like that, you know, shampooed it and everything. That's about it.
You shampooed it?
Yeah, because like I said, there's dog shit on it and everything.
And then what'd you do with it? Because it's gone.
Threw it away.
Where did you throw it at?
Pretty much like the same like dumpsters around Pickwick, or the Circle K, the one on Sonoma.
By that car wash, back there behind the car wash.
Mm-hmm.
And you took her car. How did you get to her house?
What's it called? Well, they said we were staying together and everything, and it was actually I went and hung out with some friends for a few days and everything, and with Bianca and everything, and then that's when we came back, and everything was just, the dogs didn't, like I said, it was all, the house smelled like shit and everything. Came back, her door was locked when it's never locked, and I unlocked it and everything, and because there was like a horrible kind of smell already happening, and then found her, and I just panicked and freaked. I didn't know what to do.
And what did you do?
I
Tell
just-
me what you did.
You
You opened the door to the house or to her bedroom?
get into the house,
Yeah.
and then the
you see her
door.
right away, right?
No, because her door to her room was locked. I started yelling like, "Mom, you good?" So for like 30 minutes, I was like, "Oh, she's probably just in the shower or something." And then that's when I was like, "Mom." So then I opened the door and everything. And then I started smelling something, and then I walk in the room and she's like, I see her in the shower. And she's just there. I'm just like, "What the?" And then I just panicked. I didn't know what to do because living there, my fingerprints are everywhere. I just didn't know what to do. I just freaked.
Okay. What describe what you did as far as cleaning other than wiping down the counters and stuff like that?
Just cleaning everything, just like I said, everything, wiping off some of the furniture with wet naps, just cleaning the bathroom. It's really
And
much.
so what you're telling me is you found her in the shower?
Yeah,
Are you sure?
yeah.
Nothing that I have is gonna be indicative of her being put into the shower. I'm not, bro. I'm letting you either help yourself or dig yourself.
Yeah.
Does that make sense? So I wouldn't ask questions if I didn't have an idea or an answer of what I'm asking you. If that makes sense. And here's the thing: if it was something more than what you're already saying, now's the time to do it. I mean, now's the time to repent or confess, whatever it may be. But it can only get better for you if that makes any sense. But I need the truth from you, you know. And we can always come back and say, hey, this is the first time he's been confronted with the information.
Looks like the detective is going home early today. It's not often that suspects completely shatter after you call out just one inconsistency in their story. But that's what Dylan's done. However, his new version of events is just about as ridiculous as his last story.
Honestly, a lot of what I said is true. You already know the holes and everything. It was getting really bad for her, like health-wise, everything. My stepfather, Chuck, he had a pension or whatever, big amount of money, all right? My mom was getting screwed around. She got scammed, all right? She got scammed out of $100,000. She wasn't even supposed to touch it. Her friend, who's a lawyer and everything, was telling her, like, why did she touch it, that she could actually face prison time and this and that. And like I said, her health was getting so bad and everything. Like, every day was just a battle. Every day, and I had to put up with so much shit. And just, I thought I was doing I thought I was doing the better for her. Because I never thought I could never see my mom in prison. I loved my mom. I loved her. I didn't do it to try and get the house or anything. I only used enough money that she had, to be able to go to Tijuana, start a new life and everything. And I couldn't handle her her being in pain anymore. I just couldn't do it. And when the whole shit about her having to possibly face prison, I could never live with myself. That's when I was like, I'd rather did what I did and go to prison for however long I do than her have to suffer.
For the pain, the physical and the emotional side of that. So let's talk about what happened.
So pretty much, after we drove actually all the way to San Diego to get Bianca, and she was living with us for about a month. And I was just always like, I always thought in my mind, like, if she did wind up being able to get sentenced or something, that I would do what I did. Because I couldn't never see her in jail. I've been in jail before, and this and that. She's one of those good people. She was always a good person.
Your mom?
She was a very good person. So just one night, I was just sitting on the couch because she was like just screaming in pain. She was just so in pain. She was crying, she's yelling at me, not yelling at me, but she's just yelling out, what am I gonna do? How do I get this money back? Because she got screwed over so hard by some guy. And like these scammers and shit, and she was like just freaking out so bad. And I'm like, how can I help? There's nothing I could do. So I don't even know the date. I just went in the room. I looked at her. I gave her a big old hug. And I strangled her to death. That's basically it.
How?
I hugged around her, and I just held her as tight as I could around her neck, just telling her I love her, and I'm so sorry for this, but it'll be better for you. It's gonna be a lot worse for me, but it'll be better for you.
Okay. Not show me, but like detail to me how You walked into the room.
I just walked
How
in.
you held her, where she was at.
She was like, say she was just laying on the bed and everything. Sometimes, you know, I always would have night terrors and stuff, so sometimes I would like, you know, go in the room and lay next to her and stuff. So she was just laying on the bed like normal. And I laid with her, and then I don't know, all of a sudden it just happened. I don't know what, it just happened. It just happened.
Were you front or behind?
Like on the side like this, and I started doing it, and then she started freaking out, so then I had to like really like get in there and squeeze in her, and then finally when she like
Passed.
she fell on the ground.
So were you standing or laying?
At that point I was standing up, because once I got up and everything, she just like fell over and stuff.
Okay. When you basically reached in to clutch her, you're both laying down on the bed? Is her back to you, or is her?
She was kind of like this, and I was like on the side, and when she started like freaking out, that's when I kind of got up more on top of her like that, just around the neck.
So more compression,
Yeah.
you think, versus strength? I mean, you
It
said
was more,
strength.
yeah, it was like, at first, yeah, it was more like that, because I know probably the hand marks are there at first, then the more it would start like that.
I mean, did you have her more around the neck or around the upper chest area?
I would say more like that, since, because I know, I'm pretty sure it showed like my handprints are kind of like pushed in or something.
What a martyr. He killed his mother because, hold on, let me check my notes here, because she was afraid of going to jail? Not only does his explanation make zero sense, but his mother wasn't at risk of going to jail and had never stolen or dipped into any money like he claims. There are only two truthful things he's said. Firstly, that his mother was a good woman. Secondly, that he killed her. Everything else is a pathetic story he spun, one that detectives waste no time unraveling.
What's going through your mind at this moment?
All I'm thinking about that she's just gonna be in a better place. That I've suffered so much in my life. What's in that prison sentence? I've gone through cancer. My dad used to beat the shit out of me. My brothers never liked me because I was a life on the streets. I basically did what I did because my life has been over for a long time. And like I said, I would rather have killed her than ever see her in prison. I would rather go to prison for the rest of my life, knowing that in my heart I know what I did was wrong, but I get it for good. She was in so much pain.
Was she currently seeing a doctor?
Man, these doctors, dude. The devils. Like with my cancer and shit, it took 13 doctors until I got diagnosed just because they just kept thinking I wanted dope. I have taken her to multiple doctors, even just to get a simple Vicodin and do that shit.
Okay, so we'll go back to basically, she stops moving, you stand up, she falls to the floor. What happens?
Honestly, I didn't touch her for like 5 days. I was just so freaked. I didn't know what to do. It felt like it was a dream. Like, I just kept thinking like she's gonna wake up. And then that's when it just hit me. I was like, I gotta flee the country. I gotta get out of here. You know? And that's when I packed up everything, the dogs, drained her account, my account, to have at least enough money to get a little startup over there. And
let's jump there now. We're gonna go back here in a little bit, but let's jump to the draining her account. How did you do that?
About it was like 3 or 4 times at like the ATMs, just pulling out leave 800 or something at a time.
And during this whole period of time, where's Bianca?
With me.
She was there when it happened?
Well, she was in the other room. She didn't know what I did until I told her.
How after did you tell her? How long after, right away?
Like about an hour. Because I was just sitting there next to her, just
so what was her response?
She was freaked out. Because I was always telling her, I was like, I swear if she ever has to get sentenced, I'm gonna make sure she doesn't have to suffer that horrible fate.
So this 5 days that you're at the house, Bianca's aware of what's going on, correct?
Yeah,
Okay. And then you guys devised the idea to.
I did.
You did?
Everything was me.
Okay.
Everything.
When you load up the car, again, you take everything out. Again, the carpet was because of the dogs?
Yeah.
Or was there anything substantial to that?
No, I just cleaned it just because it was just to get rid of evidence.
So when you decide to finally leave, what do you do with your mom?
I thought maybe if I moved her into the shower, it would just look like as if she slipped and fell.
Okay. And then what else did you do? What additional stuff did you do after placing her in the shower? Door open or door closed?
I think I had the shower door open. I just kind of crinked the water a little bit. I walked out, and then I locked the door. Said I loved her one more time.
Did you do anything to her bedroom?
I just cleaned as much as I could.
Okay, describe the cleaning that you did.
Wiping down everything from the cabinets, bedspread, anything I could have had in my DNA, but it doesn't matter what it is, anything is always going to be found.
Other than wiping down, did you move stuff around? Did you make the bed? Did you?
Nah, I think I made the bed or not. No, I think I left it undone like as if how she was sleeping on it.
Did you vacuum?
Yeah, like I said, I did everything. Vacuum, cleaned, tried to get as much as I could out. But I already knew it would already come back to me because they knew I was living with her and all that. Like, my brothers don't like me, her family doesn't like me. She was the only one that was ever on my side about everything. Especially when the whole domestic violence shit happened. When I had that bipolar episode. And she cared about me. In my heart, I really felt like I was doing was right. I mean, yeah, I could have just let her go on and on living and getting worse and worse. I just couldn't see it anymore. I just couldn't take it.
Cynthia was the only one who was ever there for her son, in spite of the fact that the domestic violence incident he's referring to was against her. In 2018, Dylan was so violent against his own mother that she ended up in the hospital. According to her other son, Corey, she nearly died, and Dylan was to blame. Ultimately, Cynthia filed a restraining order against Dylan, the longest that the state would allow, in a desperate attempt to protect herself from her son. However, over time, he managed to weasel his way back into her life. And though he blames that incident on a single bipolar episode, the truth of the matter is that it wasn't just one incident, there were several, especially in the days leading up to her murder.
So what you're telling me, the physical stuff that you did is going to match physically what we have from the autopsy and everything, you believe?
Because I know at first I was like this and everything, she was moving, and then that's when I went in like that, as hard as I could.
What if I was to tell you that that's not consistent?
What do you mean?
What if I was to tell you that?
Well, because I physically and everything, and then like pushed more in, but kind of like pushing in.
Okay. So basically what I'm trying to do is basically you reaffirming what you're telling me happened is what I'm going to physically see.
Yeah.
What I physically have seen already. There's not going to be any variances. It's not going to come back and say, well, he started off lying. Now he's just continuing a lie.
Yeah, because like at first, when I was like down in bed, it was like this, and then down on her like that, and then I started pushing, and then she woke up, and then started moving around, then I pushed her down more, and then started running like that, and then just really started pushing in like that. I don't know how much more else I can do, basically.
So you're saying approximately 5 days?
Back about 5 to a week before leaving.
Any alcohol, drug use during that period of time that you were there?
Oh yeah. Well, as you already know, I got caught up with a second-degree trafficking.
So what happened with Bianca? Where's she?
Last that I know, she's in Tijuana.
Did she eventually go back down there? Well, you said she got arrested, right?
Yeah, something about she got arrested at the border. I don't know what happened with the car and everything, because we left it for a second, and we were first going over to get me over, and then she was going to get the car, go do what she had to do, and then cross it over, and then we were supposed to go deeper into Mexico, and then just start a new life. But it didn't work out.
What connections other than you here in Cruces does she have?
I actually have no. This is where it's gonna sound crazy. Like this is where it's gonna really sound crazy. We only knew each other for a month before me and my mom went and got her.
Okay.
Like I literally don't even know her real name. Like her real, she's a transgender. There's a lot of stuff I don't know about her.
Prior to your mom's, did you guys stay anywhere else together?
No.
Okay. And you had told me you were staying with Cassie, was it?
Those are all lies. Everything in the very beginning was just all lies. Everything I said these last 5 whatever minutes is all the truth.
Okay. Who were you staying with prior to that?
Her. It's only been my mom and me.
So this whole time that you were supposed to be out of the house, the restraining order,
She's been hiding me.
you haven't been.
Nowhere else. She's been hiding me.
There's Jeremy,
No.
Ortiz, Tom.
No. Those are just friends I would see here and there.
Okay.
When she falls off the bed.
She hit her head on the thing.
On
On the
what?
end table. I think she hit her head on the end table.
Which end table?
Like so. The bed's here, end table's here. She has 2 end tables like that, table like that. So once I like got up and everything, she just popped over and was like kind of like this.
When she landed, she was face down on the carpet.
Yeah.
So when you went into the room, she was laying down. When you walk into the room, right, she's laying down on the left side of the bed?
Mm-hmm.
Oh, is that where she normally slept?
Yeah, because Chuck would always sleep on the right.
And then that's when you go and lay down with her?
Yeah, for a moment. And then that's when I just hear it in her like breathing as she's like sleeping, just like the pain.
Did she take a lot of medication?
Yeah, but none of them were pain.
Okay.
Because like I said, these doctors are just horrible. They're just horrible.
When you went into the room, was it morning, night, afternoon?
About
night?
probably like around 12 o'clock, 1 in the morning.
Like midnight is when you went in there? Was she dressed to go to bed?
Yes. Like exactly what you found in was what she was wearing.
What she was wearing. Okay.
What do you remember that to be?
I think just a nightgown. Maybe just, it's either a nightgown or it's a shirt and pants. I can't really justify what it really was.
And when you go in there, you're saying that it's about midnight. Is that is she asleep? Is she?
Oh yeah, she was asleep.
Okay.
Like I said, I could just, when I laid next to her, I could just hear the pain in her sleep. Just like, just a heavy breathing. And then, I don't know, it just, I was like, I can't take it. I can't take her being like this anymore. I was like, I'd rather her go to heaven than have to do it. And that's why I said my life has just been after one after the other. And I was
So
like,
what's been going through your mind since then?
I'm just this is it, right there. Just waiting for this day. Can't hide it, can't lie it. I've just been, it feels good to finally get it out, but.
Did you tell anyone else besides Bianca? Just you and Bianca know what happened?
That's it, nobody knows. Nobody.
When you came back from Tijuana, where have you been?
I've actually just been on the streets, really.
Just here or El
Yeah,
Paso? Or?
here, just cruises, because like, when I crossed back over and everything, I had no money on me. The car that I hired to cross me over and everything, I had like weed in it and shit. So I was like, you know what, I'll walk across and everything. So I wind up not reconnecting with the guys, so all the rest of like, I think like it's like the 1,500 I had was in that bag, weed, this and that was gone. So I'm literally in San Diego on my own, no help from no one, no cell phone. And like, it was like, I think it was like 4 days that I was just wandering aimlessly, not knowing what to do. And then I came to this, I don't know, like, it was like I was so dehydrated, I was just not all there. I came to this hotel and for some reason I thought that Bianca was there or something. And the guy looked at me like I was crazy, like I didn't really understand how I looked at the time. So then he was like, yo, you can't come in, blah, blah, blah. I was like, all right. Then all of a sudden I really felt weird. I was like, yo, can you call the ambulance and stuff? All I had on me was literally my driver's license. That was it. Because when I went through the border, that was all I had. So then I wound up they took me over to Chula Vista Hospital.
Mhm.
I was there for about 5 days. The social worker there helped me get a ticket back to Cruces, and I've been here ever since, just waiting for this day.
A lot of people were waiting for this day, because from the very first time detectives walked on the scene, they had several people telling them to look at Dylan for his mother's murder, including one of her closest friends, who was interrogated at the scene.
So when they told me, my first gut was Dylan, her son.
Why is that?
Because I've been in the house and I've been with her, and he's got a dark side. And I know she had the restraining order, and she lied to her son Corey because he just told me. I've never met Corey. Dylan was troubled, and because I'm a therapist, she wanted me and my husband to see Dylan. I said no, it's a conflict of interest. So when Peggy notified me, that's just my gut. I mean,
Always a dark side.
knowing mental health. I mean, he would be explosive all the time, yelling. And then she was an enabler. She would enable, and say, don't say he's here. So I was always firm with her. And I was just concerned. Now I feel bad if something happened because I didn't reach out for her. Did she die? I know.
I don't want to contact you.
No. You contact her son. The concerns were he yells. He's violent. But I thought he was out of the house. So in speaking to Corey, he said she had a restraining order. Didn't know. She gave me the keys because and it wasn't verbatim, I'm a bad historian. She said, if anything happens to the dogs and I'm out doing errands, come and feed them. I said, okay. I was reluctant to get the keys because I was like, I don't want to overcommit. So, and then when she had her son come pick up the last check for our last dog, which was October, I think, they were on the phone.
Corey?
Dylan. Yeah, Corey lives in Texas. I heard him yelling. And my husband said, Cindy, you don't need to tolerate that. That's really the last time I heard Dylan. I don't know what day it was. So, and just her being an enabling mom. And then just talking to the neighbors. They heard it all the time and they never called law enforcement. It's like, who does that? Why would you do that? I tried to protect her. So, Dylan is very troubled. She would always make the excuse that he had cancer. I said, Cindy, get him into Mississippi. So, and I felt for him.
It wasn't just her close friends telling police to look at Dylan. More than 2 neighbors approached police, telling them that for up to a year before Cynthia's murder, she had come to them asking for help after having fights with her son. The neighbors often heard him screaming and throwing things, and at least in one instance, Cynthia came to them with visible injuries. In addition, Dylan's brother Corey told police that his brother was frequently violent. So, take that into consideration as Dylan ends his interview, once again trying to claim that he was only trying to help his mother by killing her.
Anything else you want to talk to us and tell us about?
That's pretty much it.
Okay, as far as your mom's cards, the stuff that you use, what did you eventually do with those?
Through.
So, here in town, or?
Yeah. Just like in some random dumpster by some church. Because I knew like the next day it was going to get picked up and tossed.
So any truths or fallacies as far as using the dumpsters at the Circle K?
Yeah, some of it dumped it. A lot of the other stuff like went to the dump yard, dumped a lot of stuff out there. Like, I don't know why. It was
Multiple trips?
Yeah, about 4.
4 trips from the house, loading stuff up, taking it, getting rid of it?
Yeah.
Okay. And then, like you said, you pretty much cleaned everything just
Yeah, because like everything was supposed to be, because we found a place over in Tijuana for like $700 for a house, like kind of like deep in it, and we were just gonna start a new life, and this was just gonna be something I was gonna have to live with for the rest of my life, and at that time I was pretty content with it. But when she didn't come back and something happened with her at the border, I just was so lost. I didn't know what to do.
Okay. The cleaning supplies at the house.
Oh, just stuff like just like Pine Sol, Clorox, disinfecting wipes. Nothing like seriously like as if I'm a chemist or anything.
But like, did you take them, leave them?
Oh, like Ed threw them. Like as you saw, the fridge was emptied, the pantry was emptied. I don't know why I got rid of the food. Like I said, I don't know why it was so important for me to get rid of the food. I don't know why, but that's really.
What did you think? Like eventually she was gonna be found, or how she was gonna be found? What was your thought process?
I just thought maybe that's what I'm saying too. It really didn't matter because like she had a friend named Ronnie who knew I was staying there, and if she was found dead, there would only be like one connection to me.
Mm-hmm.
You know, so I don't know. Like I said, this was just something I just been waiting for to come and to face the music.
Okay.
So I mean, maybe if you guys could put in, because I'm gonna be doing Fed time most likely.
Yeah.
Whatever happens with this, I would like to do the Feds.
You want the Fed side?
Yeah, I don't want to do state. I want to be in the Feds.
I mean, we'll speak on it. I've got to call them back a little bit too and talk to them a little bit. Like I said, these are the ones that it's better to get everything out than to continue with certain lies and even some of the stuff that you told me. If I'm not going to take everything 100%. So if I go back and things don't match up, that's probably not going to look good for you, right?
Yeah, because the other thing too is you'll probably find fingerprints around her arms because like I had Bianca finally help me put her into the shower.
Mm-hmm.
So that's some more of the truth. But honestly, when I first did, I tried to use a bag, and then she fought me. And that's when I got my hands around her, and that's when I really started pushing it, and then with all my might. So then it kind of like wrapped around like this, and then just really just like there was no like blunt trauma. I didn't bash her head in or anything. It was like I was trying to like say my goodbyes.
Okay.
So you're trying to use a bag at first?
Yeah, because I thought maybe if I used the bag, it wouldn't show my handprint, so it wouldn't lead to me right away. But the more she fought, and when she freaked out that what I was trying to do, you know, she screamed out like "Help me, Jesus!" and everything. And if I leave now, she's definitely gonna call him. That's attempted murder. So then I was just like, just do it.
And that bag.
It was just like a black normal bag, like a trash bag.
A big hefty bag?
Yeah, like a big hefty one.
Oh.
But bitch, she's always been a tough one. Oh, she's always been a tough one.
What did you do with that bag?
Like everything else, just threw it away.
Okay. You said you had to get Bianca to help you.
Yeah.
So when you moved her from the floor to the
It was just normally like I was like grabbed her wrist and just went like that. Put her in the shower. The ankles, and so when I put her in the shower and everything, I kind of put the bag on her face because I couldn't bear to look at it. So then, the day that we were to take off and everything, I went in the shower. I could already smell her, like just whatever. And then when I pulled the bag off, my hand was shaking so bad because I already forming. And then I kind of just sprayed her down with some chemical cleaner. I don't know which one it is. And then she turned on the faucet, and that was it.
Describe how she was laying in the shower.
Just like that.
Was she flat? Was she
Yeah,
propped
just
up?
like her head was a little bit against the back part, and it was just like that. With the lotion, like the conditioner bottle, that maybe she like was going in to turn on the water, then slipped and fell.
I appreciate you talking with us, and I appreciate you telling us what you've told us. Again, that's some stuff we're gonna go back and clarify and verify and whatnot, but you know, I hope everything you told us is consistent with what we have and what we're still finding out.
Yeah.
Because, you know, these are evolving things as they go. In the event that we have additional questions, you want to talk to us again?
Yeah. Because I'm already gonna do time, so this will just be another charge. But if you guys could put in a word, I would. I want to do federal.
Okay.
Because I mean, pretty much I'm gonna be doing federal. So, and then the prior charge that I have is with the state. I'm not a bad person. I'm not a bad person. In my heart, I really felt like I was doing something good for her. I really did. It was the way that it had to be.
Yeah. All right. Any messages you want us to relay to anybody?
No, not everybody hates me. All my brothers, they never like me. Her family doesn't like her. They don't like me. It's literally just been me and her. It's only been me and her.
And even as rough as it's been between the two of you, it's
She always, yeah, it was always just us. like I said, especially with the whole restraining order. Because at the time too, when I had that one warrant, she couldn't take it off. It had to be more than like 3 years or something. And then I had another warrant, but she needed help a lot. I needed help too, so she would hide me and this and that,
It's just a roller coaster.
Yeah.
Okay. All right. I don't have anything else. If we need to, we'll come back and talk to you.
Yeah.
All right. And then we'll call we gotta go back. We'll call the feds and the states.
Yeah. But if you really can, 'cause I just hear that the feds are a lot better.
Yeah.
Like with programs, like I'm probably gonna be doing now that I've confessed to this probably 20 years or something. I'd rather at least be in federal doing something good, like getting degrees, and because I love to read and all that shit. So now that I've confessed and everything, I just would like a little help like that. Because I'm willing to do the time, I just don't want to do state. I don't want to do state time. I want to do federal. If you guys can somehow help me out like that.
We can mention that. We can mention
mention
it.
it. Obviously, any charge that we come up with is going to be a state charge.
Yeah.
But we can, a lot of times they'll work stuff out.
Yeah.
Do concurrence or whatnot. So, alrighty. Any questions for us?
How did you guys hear? How did you guys even get over there? What happened?
Car, concerned neighbors. You were seen there.
Yeah.
So.
Wow. That wasn't too long even. You said the 21st?
Yeah. I think it was the 21st that we got there.
And I think it was was it the 8th? I know it was November. No, that was just a week later. The 21st, that was just like a week later.
Yeah, there wasn't a huge gap of time. It might have even been less than a week from the time you left to the time we found her in there. So.
All right, guys.
And we can't divulge everything.
Yeah, I gotcha. I know you can't say names and this like that.
Alrighty, we'll get you going, get you back up there, and then we'll kind of just stand by for stuff. I know you got a hearing tomorrow.
Yeah.
What we talked about today it may affect what's going to happen there tomorrow. So.
Yeah.
Alrighty. No other questions for us?
Nah.
I will let him know that you're ready to go back.
Ultimately, Dylan was sentenced to life in prison with the possibility of parole in 30 years for the first-degree murder of his mother. In addition, he was charged with tampering with evidence, which added on an additional 3 years. He continued to claim that he only killed his mother as an act of mercy, but his history of violence, taking money from her bank account and fleeing the country, has painted a very different picture for everyone who knew and loved Cynthia. Thank you for watching today's video. Whether you're new here or have been with us for a while, check out one of the craziest cases I've ever covered right here, or one of my newest uploads right here.